Cheers! Welcome to my channel. This is a daily tarot oracle reading, Tattle Tales from the Vector. This is general or collective, so parts of it may or may not resonate with you. Take what works for you and leave the rest. Also, this is timely, so if you're watching it at this time, it's perfect for you. If it has been a while since I posted this, what was going on in your life back then? That could give you further clarity as to your situation now. So we have the Empress as the underlying energy from beneath the deck, and I have already did a quick meditation just to find the underlying energy before I start to get a better idea what the readings are about. And we have the Empress energy coming in as the underlying energy. So the underlying, the Empress energy is talking about a very, very powerful manifester. And this is, she's even said to be pregnant with possibility. Now the energy here is, she embodies the qualities of all four queens from the minor arcana wrapped into one person. And the wheat growing at her feet here represents her ability to, produce bumper crops. So she has a lot of knowledge from all four of the queens, as I said, and a lot of life experience. To be an empress in the tarot, she's in the major arcana, and it's a symbol of someone who has stayed on their divine path and their a powerful manifester, and they've done their best to be the best version of themselves. And the Empress, for instance, if she was growing this wheat at her feet, shows that she has bumper crops. And the way that she manifests is she puts plans in place, and she does her best to implement them, and then she allows nature and the universe just to do the work for her. And so if she wants to grow a crop, she'll decide, okay, am I going to grow wheat or durum? And so it's wheat, okay. So then she decides which field is the best one to grow the wheat in. And she'll have the soil tested to see if it needs any amending, any fertilizing, etc. And then she'll make sure all the stones and the rocks and anything else that could damage the expensive seeding and harvesting equipment have been picked off the land. And then she waits for the opportune time to seed. And after that, she waves her wand and says, okay, universe, do your thing. Thank you, nature, for growing me a bumper crop. She might do the odd rain dance, but she's an organic farmer, so she doesn't spray. So she's really not going to invest any more time or energy or money into this until harvest. And this is, she's not going to worry about it. She's going to have faith that this is going to be a bumper crop. And, she knows she's done everything she can to facilitate that she was willing to do. And so it's kind of talking about manifesting from a powerful place like that without worry. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune turning. The Wheel of Fortune represents three wheels turning at once, the past, the present, and the future coming in to being. And this is talking about synchronicity. So everything coming into one moment. And on the tarot Wheel of Fortune, there would be like the three wheels, and then one of them has the Hebrew letters of the name of God on the wheel. And it is Tetragrammaton, which is a geometric symbol that's sacred, and it represents equalization of all forces and divine order. Now, the oracle that I'm using is my Oracle Tales from the Vector. It's courtesy of the Intergalactic Federation of Light. This is actually Ogopogo. You can see her in the background. In the original, it's a 3-foot by 4-foot painting, and it's adorned with Swarovski crystals throughout. So she really camouflages herself, although people have seen her in the Okanagan Lake. But, she hides pretty well. She very much represents the Loch Ness monster. And this is the energy. The Wheel of Fortune is also like a clock. So it's always turning and moving in position here. So, and this crystal is, Nassim Hara means arc crystal. And she's not very big, but she's very beautiful and very powerful. I took her on a few travels with me. One of my favorite crystals. And then I have the Ace of Pentacles here. And the Ace of Pentacles energy is representing a reward coming in from the divine and the universe for staying on your path of glory, being like in the Pentacles represent health, wealth, and happiness in the 3D. So this is a reward on the physical plane. Of course, this is representing the element of earth, and money is, of extreme importance on planet Earth. We all know we need money to have a good lifestyle, but this is going further than just the making of money and the physical matter. It's talking about your lifestyle, your health, your love in your life, the lifestyle that you're living. And this is a reward for following your North Star energy, the North Node, which is like your destined path. We have the King of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is someone that is, this could be your energy. It's someone that is respected for having really strong business acumen. And of course it represents, he's the King of Pentacles. His energy generally talks about someone, he has grapes all over his robe. And the grapes in tarot represent a luxury item, and he's able to grow it. So he's considered to be, being very good at being able to have a luxurious lifestyle due to his ability to produce on the physical. And this energy is talking about, quite often this can be someone who's in the industry of banking. If this was a bank, someone in the banking, it would definitely be like a bank manager or someone higher up in the bank like that. It could represent financial advisors, wealth management, the head financial advisors for a corporation. This could represent people in the government that are in charge of the budget for the country or the province, that type of energy. This is talking about, if this could be accountants and life insurance, retirement planning, all of that industry. And this would definitely be someone that would most likely be a partner in an established firm. As well, this can represent real estate for sure, being of the earth. And if this is real estate, it would be, if it's a real estate agent, most likely one that is selling high-end properties. And they would be, it doesn't matter, commercial or residential. This also could be a mortgage broker or a land developer. And it could also represent mining and the stock market. So, gold, silver, diamonds, oil, gas, that type of energy, something that comes out of the earth. And what else here? We could have someone who is an entrepreneur that is super successful. So you get the picture. This is someone that, this can represent someone in the reading that you've gone to for advice, that you have a trusted person that you can ask about matters of money and lifestyle, or this could be your energy. And then we have, you wouldn't have to be in those fields, but I'm just giving you an idea of who that generally represents. And the Two of Wands here, the wands are representing the element of fire. So the element of fire is, the wands are made of wood, and the wood fuels the fire. So this is about taking passionate action. And we have this energy often reminds me of someone who's an entrepreneur that maybe he's standing at the top of the turret of his castle and he's overlooking his domain and he has the world in his hands. But he lives in a small village of 5,000 people. So he's like, okay, I feel like a big fish in a little pond. I want to expand my horizons. So this is talking about possibly going international with a business, going overseas, collaborating with people, maybe going global, on the internet, if you're retail or whatever it is you're involved in. And it could also talk about maybe franchises. It could talk about changing location. of your home and or your business so that you're in a larger market area. Big fish in the little pond is sometimes can represent someone who's ready to find that special someone and settle down, or maybe you have found that special someone and you're ready to settle down and start a family. And you've gained the pentacles, you have you can provide the lifestyle, and that's what you want. Maybe you've met your soulmate. So the soulmate energy is talking about two people that have a soul contract together, an agreement to get together on the earth at some time during their lifetime here. And this is talking about each of them being really strong within themselves, very balanced in that masculine and feminine energy. They don't need to complete each other. There's no energy like that. They are complete. But they really enjoy each other's company. And quite often this can be romantic. It doesn't have to be, though. This energy is talking about a very strong connection to source energy, to the Most High. And this is what I refer to as HSN, the Higher Self Network. It's like being on the internet. You log on, you log off the internet. But with the Higher Self Network, you're always logged on, whether you're aware of it or not, 24/7. So you have access to the Most High and through prayer and meditation. And so sometimes it can be representing these two people coming together. And at other times, this could even just be you with your masculine and feminine energies very balanced and high, strong connection with source energy and ready to move forward in a strong way. It just depends on your situation. And then we have the moon energy. So this card has been coming up in the last few days quite a bit, and I do feel it in big part. We have a full moon coming up on the 29th. Today's the 26th. Definitely feeling that energy now. This is quite a powerful full moon. It's talking about the main theme of this full moon is the needs of the individual as opposed to the needs of the group, and how is that reflected in your life, or how is that brought out within yourself. And so it's talking about wanting to satisfy your own individuality and honor that, and at the same time honor the group energy as well. And the moon energy, quite often there's hidden illusions and secrets. In the background here we have the sun, the full moon, and the new moon, and this is representing the eclipse energy. It's the only card on the deck that represents that eclipse energy. So now back in February 17th and March 3rd, we did have an eclipse season, and that's slowly percolating on the back burner. Back then I advised, write down 10 points that you would like to accomplish, and then put it away somewhere and take it out about 6 months later, which is around now. And the next new moon we have in August, it'll be mid-August, and that energy is going to be the start of another eclipse season. So the eclipse seasons, it's like an energy on the back burner, like it's like potpourri percolating on the back burner. You could smell it, it's there, but it's not a prime focus in your life. But if you look now at the list you made back then, you might be shocked at how much you actually got done. I was really pleasantly surprised. I wrote down 10 things, and I was like, wow, that's a lot. That is a lot. But it could be something as simple as cleaning out that one closet that you've been avoiding. So it's a really good time to release energy at the full moon, anything that's not working for you, suiting you. And this energy, this lobster is wanting to stay on this path of glory. So he wants to stay in between these two pillars. He does not want to have to go all the way around because he's a lobster and it's going to take forever for him to do that. But there's this dog and this wolf right on either side of the path howling at the moon. And he's like, how am I going to get past this energy? And I feel so vulnerable, but I don't want to go around. It'll take me forever. So the domestic dog is representing your home life, and the wild wolf energy is talking about your wild side. And so this could be saying that you've been isolating too much. It's time to get out and about and put yourself back out there. And the energy of the wolf could be that, you're a wild child and maybe you need to come home and check if you have any mail. You may have been out and about quite a bit. So it's just having that strong balance in between the two. When you have that strong balance in between your domestic and your public image, your career, etc., it's usually a much more balanced and easier going life. And then we have the Six of Swords here. So the Six of Swords energy has been coming up a lot. We just got on the 23rd, 3 days ago, Mercury went direct again. It was retrograde. So this card was coming up a lot. This is talking about going back into the past and healing your childhood wounds, the inner child energy. This is, the rough water in tarot represents volatile emotions and chaos in your life. And this is talking about wanting to move into smoother waters, have a calmer life. And definitely when you meet your soulmate, generally that's the energy that you're going to have. So this is looking like with the Wheel of Fortune turning. And I think of the Wheel of Fortune as a clock sometimes too. This clock is moving. Now this painting was done in 2021 is when I completed this painting. It was one of the last ones. And so that was like the energy, like this would be moving a little bit. But the dragon in the background, that's Ogopogo. And this is talking like this is actually Hatshepsut's from Egypt, the pharaoh. She was the only female pharaoh. This is her temple. And then I took this crystal with me to Egypt and took her on all my travels. I was in between two revolutions, kind of got caught on the last few days, the beginning of the second one. I felt totally safe when I was there, but I had a wonderful, wonderful trip. I loved Egypt. I loved the people of Egypt and took this everywhere I went to it. And it was really cool because you could get into places you normally wouldn't. Because there wasn't that many tourists. Well, I don't think there was many tourists at all, actually, back then. But that was back in 2011 or 12. I'm trying to remember, was it 11 or 12? In any case, this is talking about, I can just feel the energy off this crystal. It's very powerful. She's really little, but very powerful. And it just brings back this memory here of, being in that energy of being in Egypt. And it was just such a amazing energy there, like just really, really amazing. I don't know. I don't even have the words to really describe it. Even now I think back on it and I think, wow, it was just an incredible place and beautiful, incredible people as well. Anyway, I'll get back to the reading. I'm taking a walk down memory lane. And that's the crystal's fault, though. But this is talking about getting out of this chaotic water and getting into this energy of the smoother waters. And this is representing the conveyor is pushing off out of the mud here and moving this energy forward. Like so that it takes a lot of courage to look at your shadow side from your childhood. And the swords here, in tarot, the swords do represent the element of air. And so this is your thoughts. And quite often we have some unhealed energy. Most of us have some sort of unhealed energy from our childhood. And when we go back into that and we take a look at it, it can really, really be beneficial. It can, you can really learn a lot about what's holding you back as an adult. But it takes the courage to do that. And it's talking about this adult and child and their mind coming together, basically. Okay, and then we have the King of Cups. So the King of Cups energy, this is someone offering a cup of love. Now the King of Cups, you notice how he's sitting in the middle of this water. So maybe that's the energy coming up. Like I'm just really getting, the full moon is a time where we can feel a lot of emotions. And I don't know, it was very strange. I found that the last few days were really heavy. And then this morning, I was just like feeling like this lightness, and I don't know if other people are feeling that. Let me know in the description box below if you are. But this is when you're highly intuitive, and you might have really wild dreams and have memories coming back. I'm remembering some of the occurrences in Egypt, and thinking, oh man, I forgot about that. But see, the crystal remembers. And then this is talking about like that energy coming up. And so your childhood, sometimes, we might have some wounds or whatever, and we need to heal that inner child. But it also has some beautiful memories of like when you were really, more childlike and playful, and you entertained the energies of your intuition, and enjoyed that energy with a lot more creativity than adults have a tendency to do. Usually that's worked out of us by the time we're in grade 1 or grade 2. But like the energy of the King of Cups, I feel like, it's talking about this mixed emotions of having like some real beautiful moments in your childhood, but then having some confusing moments maybe as well. And the king, he wants to offer a cup of love. Now, this is the most traditional of all the kings. This is someone that would probably be offering a cup of a traditional marriage. And it also can represent the maternal or the paternal bloodline. So this, if your father has crossed over, this could be an energy of wanting to connect with you, in your dreams, or just, you start daydreaming and then you remember things about when you were a child, with your father. This is also can represent father figures like uncles, and sometimes it can represent the energy of brothers and uncles, male cousins, that type of thing. This can represent your father, your grandfather, great-grandfather going down the paternal line. I think the way that they track that paternal line is through the Y chromosome when they're doing that DNA genetic testing. But this can represent your father energy, and it could even, you might be a father, or this could be the father of your children. So, and if you do have a spouse and or children from someone, that would also represent the father-in-law, like the father of your children's paternal line as well. And then we have a heavy load here. So, what's that about? This is talking about, the actions that you've taken, the seeds that you've planted, and that grow into these wands. And then, it's harvest time here. There's 10, and that's the most you can have in tarot. So this can be representing, the heavy load could be because it's laden down with the fruits of your labor, which would be awesome if it was that heavy. But you can see this person is like under strain and stress here. So he can't even see that he is as close to home as he is. And quite often that energy hits us just as we're about to be successful and reach our goal. If you've ever heard the saying, you can't see the forest due to the trees, that's like when you get so caught up in the details of a situation you're in that you forget, and to take a look at the big picture, and you realize, man, I'm 10 minutes from home. Like if he's this tired. But what it's saying is there is some energy here where this cycle is ending and it's time to have your harvest. If there's any of these wands are burdens that you're carrying that belong to other people, it's time to put them down, like right in the field right there, because you need to save your strength to get through your harvest. It's not a good time to be carrying when you're moving into the end of a cycle, you do not want to be carrying the burdens of other people. Let them carry their own burdens. And that energy could lighten up the load. And this can also say that maybe you need to take a look at the way you're doing things and delegate some energy to other people if it's too much. But, this is saying, bottom line, keep going. Do not quit now. You are like way closer to your goal than you think you are. And I don't know what it is, but when we get really close to our goals, a lot of times that's when we give up. I don't know if that's just human nature or it's just the way life is, I'm not sure, but it's not uncommon. And we have the Queen of Swords here. So the Queen of Swords is talking about this burdensome energy. It's interesting because she does have her hand out to receive. Now, is this representing you and your harvest and saying, I want my harvest? Or is this saying, give me your harvest? We don't know as of yet. The Queen of Swords can represent someone who is divorced for sure. So this is an individual person. She's considered to be cold, but she's not that way by nature usually. Sometimes, but most of the time when the Queen of Swords shows up, she's someone who's been there, done that, has the t-shirt. She's been carrying burdens for other people. She's tired of it. She just wants her harvest. She has her left hand out here, but like she has it out to the harvest. And I'm like, is this your energy? It could be that you've been through difficult times and you just want to put the burdens down and collect your harvest and move on in your life. She is, as I said, willing to receive here. But she does have, she is sitting on this reward of pentacles. So it could have to do with this harvest for sure. And it could have been a lot of work for her to bring this in. And so she's now got her head above the clouds, and she's has clarity about what she wants to tolerate in her life and what she doesn't. So if you come into me correct and you have some harvest for me, that's fine. But don't you be bringing me any more bullshit or any burdens, or off with your head. Like she's not in the mood for that type of energy. And as I said, this is most likely of the kings and the queens. The king and queen of swords are the most likely to be a divorced person or separated. And then we look at this. We have the Queen of Cups as well. So the Queen of Cups is talking about, this can be talking about the King of Cups. Now, it's hard for me to really get a grip at this point yet as to who's who in this reading. We already have two kings out. And it's interesting because we have the King of Cups and the Queen of Cups, which would be the most likely couple. But we could have this energy of a Queen of Swords who is cold now and is divorced from this King of Cups energy, and maybe has been wanting to move on, but is waiting for the settlement or some sort of energy around that. It almost feels like this couple is most likely together and maybe not anymore. And this is a couple. Now, if this is your paternal line, this could be your maternal line as well. The Queen of Cups is most likely to be in a traditional marriage with someone. And so they definitely could, and we have this childhood energy. And we have this Empress as the underlying energy. Sometimes when we have a lot of queens showing up in a reading like this, it can represent the journey that the Empress took to be able to finally have the Wheel of Fortune turn for her. And it's sort of telling the story of what she's been through to be able to get there. So it can be both. There's many meanings to the cards, and quite often in tarot, that's why I like to read them all straight up. They all have several meanings, not just like reverse or upside. So I find that if you read them in conjunction with each other and like in context with what's happening in the reading, that's the way I like to read. So this is talking about, this could be your mother and father, and this also could be a couple. That this could be your energy, and the king has offered you a cup. You might have been divorced from the King of Pentacles here. But who's the Empress then? I feel like it's more likely, because of the Empress being here, that we're talking about her journey to become an Empress. We'll keep going and see though. So the Queen of Cups is holding her cup as a trophy. Like, look how large it is, and she's got a lid on it. And this is saying she's a container of unconditional love. She would be the most likely to be in a traditional marriage here. And this is talking about being a home, being at home with the children type of energy. These days, that's so rare compared to how it used to be. Unless she's a trad wife, she's probably got a career as well. So this is more like going back to those times when people could stay home with their children, or did, it was a different time. And the energy here is talking about having unconditional love for her family. And when these two come up, it can also be talking about the paternal and maternal line. And like with the DNA from the queen, it's coming up like, the way they trace the female, the maternal bloodline, is through the mitochondria of the cells. And so the mitochondria is the battery, the energy, and she'll pass that down to her sons and daughters, but only her daughter will pass that on to her daughters. And that's how they can trace the maternal line. That's how with DNA these days they can do that. It's been coming up in a lot of the readings because there's so much energy around that right now. Just in my readings. And so it depends on, I have, more subscribers every month. Thank you for that. And there's a stronger collective, like there's more people. So the energy is coming in, I'm reading for several different stories. So just take what works for you, what you feel is the closest to your story. There's some information coming in for sure. This is fast and furious information coming in. The Knight of Swords is sometimes considered to be a fool rushing in. Quite often he can be running from something. So he might be running from the Wheel of Fortune turning for this Empress energy, running towards this energy here. So he could be running towards the Queen of Swords because he would, the Knight would work for the Queen of Swords energy. To give her some information. Would it be about this paternal and maternal energy and you laying down the burdens because you've looked into something from your childhood? It could be something to do with that. It's not uncommon for hidden illusions and secrets to come out. Hello there, little Stella. Did you just wake up? Okay, you can sit on my lap. Sorry, that's my cat, Stella. She loves sitting on my lap. She just sits here and purrs while I do the readings. A cat's purr can lower your blood pressure substantially, so I figure we could all use that. There, she's got happy feet. She's already got a good purr going. You may not be able to hear her because I'm wearing a noise-canceling mic, but in any case, she's doing her job. Thank you, Stella. And we have the red flag coming off the Knight of Swords helmet. And you notice how we can only see half his sword. So this can mean he only has half the information. And we can't see the point, and maybe he can't either. But he's in a hurry. Well, what's he in a hurry? He wants to get to the Queen of Cups for some reason, or maybe the Queen. The Queen of Swords could be the Queen of Cups energy as well. We don't know for sure. I mean, this could be someone who's divorced that is getting married, and the King of Cups has offered her his hand. Could be that. I remember that was one of the scenarios. Because the Knight of Swords, it's almost like he's trying to get there to the Queen of Swords to let her know what's going on here. So the energy, even the clouds in the background look stressed out. It looks like someone just ripped them into the sky. He's running through barren land and he's against the wind. And look how stressed out his horse is. The horse represents heartfelt energy and passion. So sometimes this can be representing some sort of investigation that has gone on, or some data coming in. Maybe, I don't know, this DNA energy has been coming up in my readings a lot in the last few days. Maybe someone out there is looking into having their DNA tested. You may, it could be some sort of energy of that. And this is talking about running against the wind through barren land. But this can talk about, so he might not have all of the information, but he definitely is in a hurry to get somewhere or running from something. And his horse is even stressed out. So this is anxiety. Someone's feeling really anxious. If it's an investigation, quite often this can represent technology being used, like it could be cameras, legal or illegal mics, hot mics, that type of energy. It could be a private detective, a spy type energy. The Knight of Swords is basically can be talking about that type of nosiness, whether it's legal or illegal. And then we have the Sun energy. So this is God saying this is a good thing. This energy that's coming in, that you are a child of God and this is your destiny, and you're carrying that banner with so much ease. And look at this child is on this pony, no reins, no saddle, carefree. And this is how you're meant to be. This is a child of God is meant to be happy like the sunflowers. They turn to face the sun and absorb the heat of the sun. And this is the happiest card in the deck. So when this shows up, it says the outcome is going to be a happy outcome, which we can already see the Wheel of Fortune is turning in your favor. And this is talking about, also the truth coming out. And then we have the energy of the Six of Pentacles. Some sort of energy here about pentacle energy, the lifestyle energy, this reward coming in. I feel it's sitting right on this energy. And it might have something to do with this King of Cups. Now, this could be saying that, having gone to look into something from your childhood, and that sometimes this energy could be representing maybe an inheritance or something that you didn't receive, or a trust fund, or someone maybe has left something for you in their will, and they've just passed on or something, and that information is coming in. And I feel like it's quite a bit, because this pentacle is one big large pentacle. Now this is 6 pentacles. This is talking about the seeds that you have planted and now have brought that harvest in. So that could be saying that here that you had the 10 wands and you put down 4 of them that were burdens for you, or that you delegated to other people. And this is the harvest now that you have. And maybe this energy, like God is happy for you, you're happy. 6 of Pentacles is upper middle class. So this is talking about having enough to give to charity, which he's doing here generously. At the same time, he has the scales of justice above this person's head, because they're a grifter. Look at, they have something in their pocket already. That might not even be theirs. They might be a pocket picker. But in any case, he's not going to give this person any money, because his discernment is telling him that this person will use what he gives him and use it in a strong way and really does need it. And this person would rather risk his money than his own money, to make money. So you might have a situation, something like that in your lifetime. It's sitting right on the sun and on this energy. Now, if this is your parents, it could be them, with this moon energy as well, and this energy from your childhood, that type of thing. I don't know, there could be something to this. So sometimes this can talk about you feeling breadcrumb, like you should have made more money than you did. And maybe that's why this reward is coming in. Let's keep going and see here. Here we have the star energy. So if you didn't know it, you are a star. You're meant to shine. And this is saying that this energy is shifting for you. That's the Wheel of Fortune energy coming in. You see the big star here is representing this North Star Pentacle energy. This is a reward for staying on your destined path and adding your own beautiful, unique qualities to the universal pool. And she has her right foot in the water doing that. And then look at her knee is planted in the earth here, and she's pouring this stream out. Your knees actually represent your ability to support yourself. So this is talking about being able to do that, quite well. So now we have quite a few energies here, but I think when we clarify it, we'll figure out better who's who here. But in any case, these 5 streams here represent the 5 points on the pentacle, saying this is coming to you. Like, this is what you earned from this harvest, but you have a reward coming in now for staying on your destined path, being the best version you can be, that you have elevated. I do feel with this energy coming in, the star energy here as well. Now this is talking about the North Star, and these are the Pleiades. Let's see who's at the top here. Look at this energy. Is this really a tower? I'm checking to see if there's two cards stuck to each other, but there's not. A tower is going to hit at the very top here. So the tower is when your intuition's been telling you something and you're not listening. Now I feel that this tower energy belongs to this energy. I don't feel that this is the collective energy. This Empress is sitting there. She's pretty chilled out, pregnant with possibility, with the Wheel of Fortune turning in her favor. And this can be talking about everything you went through. Like you might be just newly divorced or whatever. This could be your parents' energy. And it could be your journey to becoming an Empress and being able to manifest at a high level. Now, the Knight of Swords, I feel this is the energy that's freaked out because they're like, there's a tower about to hit. And who is he trying to run to and tell that to? We don't know. It's not really showing us. Like he's in between the sun here, the truth coming out. And this could be something that happened way back when. I have some theories about that, but I'm going to keep going and we'll see when we clarify, because it's, I've had several stories coming out about empresses and that kind of energy and a lot of this DNA type energy coming in. So I don't want to mix it up with the other readings. So the tower hits when your intuition is telling you, you know, you need to take a look at this. And so at first it's a whisper. But maybe you don't hear it. So then it becomes louder, the frying pan on the head treatment. Whack. But you still don't get it. And then the 2x4, but nobody does anything about it. And the next thing, lightning hits your tower. And this is talking about a major reality check now. This is like going to have to be rebuilt. But I feel that the tower here is representing this divorce energy because something went on here. And I do feel that this is the story of how the Empress becomes that. But I do feel there's also something going on, possibly something here between your parents. Or it could be your in-laws. Now the tower, there's two people falling out. One's surprised and the other one is like shocked. I feel like if you're, and really with the tower, it's a reality check that's uncomfortable for everybody. It's not fun having a tower, but I feel this tower is representing this energy more. I feel you already had the tower when you went and did this work here, and then you laid down the burdens when you found out the truth. That's why this energy is panicking, because you know the truth now. I feel that's what's happened. And there could have been someone on your, you know, that was like a father figure that left you something and you didn't receive it for whatever reason. We don't really know for sure, but this is saying that I feel the tower is, this energy here is freaking out. Whoever is relaying this energy. We have one person shocked, one person that's like, oh, shoot, I knew we should have taken care of this sooner. We have this breadcrumbing energy as well. So from the bottom to the top and back down again, we have, you know, keeping in mind that the Wheel of Fortune is turning for the Empress energy. And we have the Ace of Pentacles is a reward coming in. All this money is coming in and this lifestyle. Too, and I feel this is your energy here and how you became the Empress. I feel that's what this is talking about. This here, the Queen of Cups, could definitely be your parents, something that happened way back when in your childhood, and that's coming out now. And because you know the truth now, this energy is talking about having been breadcrumbed somehow. And but you're supposed to have this. This is destined for you to have this this windfall, and so that you can complete your destined path. And maybe you've met this soulmate energy. Maybe the soulmate energy knows something about it, you know, and came in to empower you. Let's keep going. For those that want clarification, I mean, we do have that energy of, you know, the Ace of Pentacles, the reward coming in, the Queen of Swords. I feel finding out the truth about a situation. It could be about the parents. getting back onto, like, she's been on her destined path and moving into this Empress energy. The Wheel of Fortune is turning for her. So if you're on the right, the reality check, as I said, it's really challenging. But if you're on the right side of the law, like spiritual and physical, a lot of times you'll look back and say, oh my gosh, that was so hard to go through that. But am I ever glad that happened, because I needed that reality check. Whereas the other person might be suffering the consequences of actions here, of this breadcrumbing energy here. And in any case, that it's a happy ending for the collective. You've done a lot of childhood, like you've done a lot of inner work on your childhood and on, disciplining your mind so that you make strong choices and listening to your intuition. And this is really attracting your soulmate to come in. So this energy could be like, this person might not be in the same location as you, and this might be more like telepathic or something like that sometimes with this intuition. So I'm going to clarify this for those that want clarification. And the numbers on these cards represent the paintings as they're ordered in my gallery on my website, talesfromthevector.com. And this is going to be, I'll put them in the description box below in the order they appear here. And then you'll know which ones to look for if you want to look them up. We have attachment as a karmic space. So someone, look at right here on the reward here. What's yours is mine and what's mine is mine. Does that sound fair to you? So someone is in that energy. And someone else, this divorce energy, I feel, is sitting here and saying, maybe that's why you're wanting to move. You don't want to be in the same place. You moved away from where you were, or you're about to. Someone thought the grass was greener on the other side, and now they have found out that it's fake. Maybe this is that energy thinking that maybe you were going to get back together. There was a possibility, and now it's like, I don't think so. Doesn't feel like it. The need to be right. You don't always have to be right, but in some instances you do need to be right. And this is talking sometimes making molehills out of mountains and sometimes making mountains out of molehills. So you have to know when you need to be right. You can't be right all the time. If you're right all the time, then it means other people have to be wrong. And that can be like, it's saying, do you want to be happy or do you want to be right all the time? But at the same end, there's some things you definitely do need to be right about so that you can have the life that you want to live. And look at this. We have sibling rivalry coming in here. Why am I picking up this card? I didn't mean to pick this card, but it's here. So it's talking about there could be some sibling rivalry. Yikes. And then we have destruction. So this is about, competition, trying to destroy what you have so that they can take it. Really interesting. Now we have 5 wands here. Maybe these are the four of these wands are what you put down, and one of these is you fighting it out with your siblings. Ugh, doesn't sound like really fun energy, but maybe that's what's happened for some of you. And that's when the Wheel of Fortune turns, is when you decide that you are no longer carrying the burdens of your siblings. Interesting. Really interesting. So we have 2 wheels of fortune, and it's sitting right on this energy here when you put those burdens down. And remember I said you have 10 here and you have 6 here. I feel that you put down 4 burdens. There we have it. Feel like that's what it's talking about. Wow. Sometimes this, and I did it again though, right? So I'm going to put this here. Okay, what's on top of this? Deception. When things happen like this in readings, I just take it like it's meant to happen. So there was definitely some sort of deception in your love life here. We have it. Someone thought the grass was greener, and there was also deception. Wow. I wonder if it was with a sibling. You would hope not, but you never know. Okay, let's keep going. We have the Capricorn energy. Capricorn is the most ambitious sign of all of them. And this is talking about the Capricorn energy is the most mature of the pentacles. So there's a tendency for them to be very responsible. They can see the possibilities and the challenges. But if this energy has something to do with the secret here, it could be some sort of, on the other side of it, making challenges out of possibilities for you. That type of energy, that's what I'm picking up. But this energy, I just want to make sure that that you're aware that when the horoscope signs come in my readings, I'm not talking about the energy of an individual. I'm talking about the quality of the sign and the state of being. So as I said, Capricorn energy the glyph is a mountain goat, and the mountain goat has a dolphin tail, and it climbs the mountain consistent step by consistent step to get to the top, to get to where they need to go. So it can be very responsible when it's in the upright, but I feel like there could be some sort of someone was pretty ambitious, wanting to, what's yours is mine and what's mine is mine energy. And we have surrendering to God's plan here. And also listening to your intuition. So definitely there is some sort of psychic energy coming towards you. I'm just picking that energy up from across the veil. And then we have the Lovers at the top. I think when you meet your soulmate energy and you get together with them, like you might not even get together with them. You don't have to, like in the physical. But eventually you do, because now all of a sudden your lover is up at the top here. But this energy definitely, I think when this energy comes in, that's when the secret starts to come out about what's really going on. From the past. What is it about this energy? And we have that sibling rivalry right on top of it. And, I said letting go of 4. So I don't know how many siblings you have. But like this is, the Lovers is sitting right at the top. And I feel like this is saying that whatever happened here, it was what caused the divorce from this energy. But the soulmate energy is, I don't know, somehow knows something. Maybe they have done some investigating here, what's going on as well. I don't feel that this energy is this energy, but I feel that belongs more to you. I feel, well, it could be the soulmate energy, because I feel like this is coming to that this is representing the Queen of Swords energy, that, hey, there's some sort of, that about something. It's either the other side worried because you know about something, or someone trying to get to you quickly to let you know what's going on. It's different for everybody. But with the Lovers on top here, I feel that definitely is talking about this energy. So this has been an interesting reading. I hope you've enjoyed it. I never, like the daily readings are quite interesting. They have a lot, and they've been shifting a little with more people on the in the community here. I want to thank you for that, your time and your energy and your likes, comments, shares, subscribes. I appreciate every single one of them. I will be back with another daily reading for you again tomorrow. Bye for now.